I'm very happy to be here. I'm from South Africa. I live in London, but I'm here. It's very nice to be in like happy Europe. You know what I mean? Spain, Portugal, Italy, happy Europe. The rest of you, you know who you are. I go to sad Europe a lot, and it's not as fun. But one thing I can tell you, I've had to become accustomed to is safety. South Africa, especially Johannesburg. I'm from Johannesburg. It's not safe, a dangerous place, right? And today, actually, somebody told me I should watch my things here in Barcelona. Like I was told there's crime in Barcelona. I've seen your crime. It's cute. I mean it. I tell you what I saw today. I looked out of my hotel window and I'm staying in like a square, like an adorable, cute little square. Like a square in Europe, And I looked down and I heard there was a little like band playing, And I was like, that's charming. They better not be here in the morning, but now it's charming. And I just pulled my phone out to film them. And suddenly they grabbed their instruments and ran into a restaurant, and the police arrived. And I was like, oh, this is their crime. Live music. Because I'll tell you, I was robbed. I was robbed in Johannesburg before I came to Europe. I was robbed. And what annoys me is the way that I was robbed, right? Because I was waiting for an Uber on a pavement. And I wasn't waiting for an Uber the way you here in Europe wait. This is how people in Europe wait for their Uber. You're so confident that no one's gonna take your stuff. If you stand like this for any amount of time in Johannesburg, someone will take your phone. Okay, you could be in your own bedroom. But I wasn't standing like, when my phone was stolen, I wasn't standing like that. I was standing like a pro, and you should learn, okay? I'm gonna teach you some things. Close to the body, yes? Ready, alert. But then what happened was I felt what I thought was like a hug from behind. So at first I thought, oh, that's nice. It's been a while. Anyway, basically, then there was a struggle and I realized my phone was being taken. Criminals are very sophisticated. They know your weak spots. It was a lack of affection. That got me in the end. Stay alert. Stay alert. I went to Zurich. One of the first places I went to was Zurich when I first started touring in Europe, and nothing can happen to you in Zurich. Nothing can happen to you in Switzerland at all. I was in a place called Zug the other day. Have you heard of this place? You must never go there because you will never be able to live anywhere else. It's very magical and peaceful. You can hear nature. You've never heard nature. I heard a sound. I was like, what is that buzzing? Is it from my headphones? I was like, oh, it's bees. Anyway, I saw two little girls walking, like home from school. They couldn't have been older than 7. They were just walking, just 2 girls. Do you know what I mean? Like, just free range children walking on their own. It made me so uncomfortable. I just thought, do I have to kidnap these kids? Just to teach these people a lesson, they're not prepared for the real world. I was at a cafe in Zurich, and a woman put her phone on a table, like this, and then she got up from the table and went inside to order her food, but left her phone on the table. And I had never seen such a thing. So I filmed it. And I put it on my Instagram stories, and South Africans went crazy. They were like, what is going on? Where are you? What is this? One person was like, take the phone. They were very upset. I went to Canada. Nothing can happen to you in Canada. In all of Canada, no, not a damn thing. Not a damn. Sometimes you think something's happening to you, but it's not. You like they've got a lot of junkies in Canada, like a lot of junkies in the streets, and sometimes Canadians are so polite that like even the junkies are polite. Like there could be a guy like smashing his head on a wall, terrifying, and then you walk past and he'll be like, sorry. And then he'll carry on once you've, added distance. And I'll give you an example of Canadian politeness. I went to a public toilet and I forgot to lock the door. And I was sitting down on the toilet and a man walked in. And when he saw me, instead of leaving, he stayed and apologized. But I was walking in a place called Calgary. I was walking in the street in Calgary. You're nodding. Do you know Calgary? Yeah. Yeah, you're a person who knows Calgary. Hey? Like, I know about Calgary. I was walking in the street in Calgary and I saw these two men walking towards me in the distance, right? And when I saw these two dudes, I knew that they were going to say some shit to me. I just knew it. I could feel it. Sometimes women know when a catcall is about to happen. We know. We can feel it in our bones, right? And we get ready. We brace, right? Sometimes we know before they do. And I saw these dudes. I knew they were going to say something. They were walking towards me and just as they had walked past and I thought maybe I was wrong, one of them said, hey. I knew it. I knew they were going to say some shit to me. So I turned and one of them said, you've got really lovely hair. Even the catcalling is polite. I was like, oh my God, can I offer you a blowjob? To reward good behavior sometimes, yeah?